And just to give a little bit of perspective, I was, I think, 7 years old, 8 years old. The first time I had like this vision of something happening was just driving by the street and saw my neighbor who was 28 years old at the time and had this feeling like, oh my God, he's going to die. And I went about my day. And the next day, coming back from school, my mom said, hey, I have some important news. Your neighbor, Alfredo, just died. And I had no idea how I got that information. I learned that he died. He killed himself.
Mm.
And it's like, it felt like, how did I know? I did not understand how I knew that information. But ever since then, good things and bad things, I've just been able to know with certain people, certain circumstances, how things are going to happen. And it's really hard when you're going in an environment where you don't know if that's your own thoughts and biases or real information. It's really confusing. And not having someone that understands that is painful, is really painful. And one of the things that I think you've helped me understand through this process is that when your parents or people around you, your caretakers, make you feel that you are too much, it's not because you're too much, it's because they don't feel that they're enough to support you. So they have to somehow make you feel that you're too much because they just can't support that. But I didn't know that back then. And so growing up, not knowing how to deal with these emotions just created a lot of anxiety that I still carry to these days because it's not an easy thing to deal with. And it's hard when people around you don't even believe that you know what's going to happen and they fight you against it. It's a really tricky situation for sure.
And yes, it's extremely difficult to be able to recognize what are my emotions and what are their emotions in terms of clairsentience. And I can't speak to claircognizant, but I can speak to clairsentience, that there is a huge wave of emotions that you're feeling, and they come with storylines and narratives, because these lower, darker, denser emotions that feel really dense and really heavy, you've probably been privy to the story or the narrative that's come from person who is sharing or in that vibration. And so you're feeling the storylines, the narratives, and you're feeling the emotion. And it's extremely hard, especially if you're not guided or taught, to figure out how to untether, because there's almost like a merge. You're merged with this other individual and you don't want to be. And unfortunately, it's those really denser, heavy emotions that can really suck and pull you in. And to untether and to remove from it is very difficult. And then when you do, it takes a significant period of time to try to release it and fully let go, because it's resonating in your body and it's like triggering every cell of your body. And a lot of our work has been recognizing what's yours, what's not yours, and how to create that energetic barrier in a way, which really comes through grounding and knowing ourselves at a very deep level.